In today's video, I'll cover 9 types of intelligence we should all learn to recognize and honor. Hi, this is SALIMAH of SALIMAHhaji.com, and if you're looking to build a life in alignment with your soul, then you're in the right place. So I wanted to make this video because, as I've said in many of my past videos, that there's more than one kind of intelligence, and schools do not recognize all types of intelligence. Schools recognize science, math, logic, those types of intelligence, and often kids who are good with other intelligence don't tend to do well in school because of that, and they're led to believe that they're not intelligent, and that is not true. There is more than one kinds of intelligence, and a professor or a psychologist by the name of Howard Gardner actually identified 9 other types of intelligence that we should all learn about. He wrote a book, Frames of Mind, and he in it recognized 9 other intelligence. So I wanted to go over the intelligence with you here, and perhaps you recognize you have either one or more than one of these intelligence, and know that you are still considered intelligent even if you didn't do well in school. So let me quickly cover these 9. Number 1 is, the first intelligence is naturalist, and you love nature and you recognize pattern out in nature. That is your strength. And some of the careers path or things, activities that you tend to do well at is gardening, farming, zookeeping. Those are some of those things that you can actually work in based on your strength. The next one is musical intelligence, and you recognize the tones, the notes of music, because that is your calling. And you could be a DJ, you could be a composer, you could be a singer, you could be a music teacher as well. The next one is math and logic. That is where you thrive, and you live in the world of formulas and strategy and hypothesis. And some of the career paths for someone who's good with math and logic would be scientist, computer programmer, inventor. Those are some of the areas where you see those people excel in. The next one is existential, where you are into why are we here, what's the meaning of life. And a career path for someone who's existential could be a philosophy professor or a teacher who teaches philosophy. The next one is interpersonal, and people with interpersonal strength tend to have deep connections with people because they are empathetic, compassionate, they understand other people, they know the impact of your interaction with them, they understand how it's being received. And people who have strength or intelligence in interpersonal area would do well as a peacemaker, as a social worker, as a counselor, perhaps a teacher as well. The next one is bodily kinesthetic, and people with intelligence here tend to move really well in space, and they have really good eye-hand coordination. They are very aware of their body and its movement. And people who have this kind of intelligence tend to be dancers, into sports. They do really well in sports because they're athletic, and again the hand-eye coordination helps them there. With a dancer, because they are able to move well through space, dancing is another area where they excel at. The next one is linguistic verbal, and people with this kind of intelligence tend to do really well with language. They have a gift of learning and picking up different types of language. So some of the areas these people excel at are public speakers, they can be lawyers, politicians, authors, novelists. This is the area where they would excel at. The next one is intrapersonal skills, and that's where you are very self-aware of yourself. And again, the area where you would tend to do work in would be philosophy. So professor in philosophy, a teacher of philosophy. The next one is visual spatial, and you're really good with 3D graphs, charts, and some of the areas where you would excel would be as a painter or an architect. So these are additional 9 areas of intelligence that you perhaps excel in. And again, some of these ones were not recognized in school, some are not, like math is. Know that just because you don't get an A in school doesn't mean that you're not smart, and don't let anybody else tell you that, and don't let anybody tell your children that as well. Your intelligence is not perhaps recognized in schools, and know that you know what your strengths are, and simply pursue a career in an area where your strength is, because there are a lot of intelligence that we have been blessed with, and we should honor all of them equally. One is not more important than other. So let me just quickly cover the 9 types. Number 1, naturalist, someone who loves nature. Next one, musical, someone who understands music, notes and tones. Math, logical, someone who is good with formulas and strategy. The next one is existential, meaning, why are we here? They like to study that, and mostly philosophers are people who actually do that. The next one is interpersonal, where you are really good and empathetic towards people, compassionate, you understand people really well. The next one is bodily kinesthetic, where you move really well through space and you're good in sports and dancing. The next one is intrapersonal, where you are self-aware, and again, philosophy, because you are in touch with your body and mind, philosophy is an area where you would excel. The next one is linguistic verbal, where you are really good with language, you can pick up different languages, and some of the areas you would be good would be lawyer, public speaker. And the last one is visual spatial, where you're good with 3Ds, charts, graphs, and you would do really well as an architect or a painter. So I hope these 9 areas have shed light for you, and you have perhaps found more than one of these areas where you are good, and know that learn to recognize and honor those intelligence, because there's not just one type of intelligence and genius. You have been given whatever you need to fulfill your purpose, and try to figure out what are your unique gifts and natural talents, because that is where you are meant to serve, and use it to serve your purpose, because we are all here for a reason, and you are sufficient. Your wisdom is within you. I believe in you. I'm sending you love. Thank you for watching.